ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಶರಣು ಶರಣಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು dear learners, welcome back to SPPS online classes. Dear students, we have started NCERT class 6 our past one history section chapter number 6 new questions and ideas. So in the previous video class we have covered the discussion on the content the story of the Buddha. Now in the present video class number 2 we are going to discuss the second content of this chapter, that is Upanishads. So what are Upanishads and who are the Upanishad thinkers in the 6th century to 7th century. So let us begin the understanding the what are Upanishads. So Upanishads means literally meaning approaching and sitting near Guru. So who are approaching? The students are approaching to Guru and they are sitting near the Guru. So why they are approaching to near the Guru? Because to had the conversation regarding the philosophical matters, especially the life after the death, relevance of sacrifices and so on. So these the questions they were discussed with the teachers. So in the dialogue and these conversation of students and teachers in the form of dialogues written in the Upanishadic books. So these are the Upanishad meaning, as well as the Upanishadic books contained the teacher and students conversation on the matter of philosophical matter. So let us begin the understanding few points regarding the Upanishads. So at the same time, other thinkers also tried to find answers to difficult questions like life after death, why sacrifices should be performed. So at that same time means the people who are ordinary people, they started to questioning the thinkers, and in that period the thinkers also tried to find the answers for difficult questions asked by the ordinary people, and as well as the life after the death, why sacrifices should be performed. They were searched the answers for these questions. Those are related with the philosophical matters, and many of these thinkers felt that there was something permanent in the universe. There was something permanent in the universe that would last even after death. So that is Atman. Atman means soul, that we call individual soul, and the Brahman, that we call universal soul. So the Atman, the Brahman, both were ultimately one. So they got the idea about the our soul after the death, that lasts even after death. So this is the one of the idea the thinkers got, and the thinkers believed that ultimately the Atman and Brahman both were one, and many of their ideas were recorded in Upanishads. So these ideas were recorded in the Upanishads and part of later Vedic books. So the Upanishads are called the later Vedic books, and the literary meaning of the Upanishad means approaching and sitting near Guru, and the text contains conversation between teachers and students through simple dialogues. So Upanishad literally means approaching and sitting near Guru, and the Upanishadic text contain conversation between the teachers and students through simple dialogues on the matter of philosophical matters. So most Upanishadic thinkers were men. So most Upanishadic thinkers were men, especially Brahmins and Rajas. So these are the persons who are called the Upanishadic thinkers. Occasionally there is mention of women thinkers such as Gargi. So Gargi, she was one of the women Upanishadic thinker in the 7th century, and who was famous for her learning of Upanishad and participated in debates held in the royal courts. So she was an exceptional lady, learned the Upanishads, and she was participated in the debates held in the royal courts, and the poor people rarely took part in these discussions. And one of the famous exception was Satyakama Jabala. So he was the exception that he was participated in the debates and discussion in the royal courts. And Satyakama Jabala, who was named after his mother, the slave woman Jabali. The slave woman Jabali's son called the Satyakama Jabala, and he was Upanishadic thinker in the 7th century, and he was exception that he was poor, as well as he was got the chance to participate in the royal courts, and he had a deep desire to learn about reality, and was accepted that as a student by a Brahmin teacher named Gautama. And Satyakamala Jabala, he was the one of the student of the Brahman teacher named Gautama, and the Satyakama Jabala became one of the best known thinkers of the time in 7th century, and many of the ideas of Upanishads were later developed. So many after the for example the universal soul and the individual soul, both were one. So this is the one idea. Life after the death, this is the one of the idea. So later so many ideas emerged in the mind of the greatest thinkers. So those were written in the Upanishadic books. Especially many of the ideas of Upanishads were later developed by the famous thinker Shankaracharya. So he was the one of the Upanishad thinkers, later Vedic books. So next we go through the he was the Satyakama Jabala, and he was got the one of the chance to had the discussion with the few thinkers in the royal courts. Next we go through the she was great woman Gargai. She was the exceptional lady, learned the Upanishads, as well as she got the chance to conversation or in the debates. So next we go through the there were few thinkers mentioned in your book, as well as in some of the books. I am going to give you information regarding the Upanishadic thinkers, sages. Those were Yajnavalka, Uddalaka Aruni, Ajata Satru, Vedavyasa Maharshi, and Shankaracharya, and Maharshi Valmiki, and as well as Madhvacharya, Buddha, and Mahavira. So these are the greatest Upanishad thinkers in the 6th century to 7th century. And in India there were 6 schools of philosophical schools established, and the some of the books, Upanishadic books written by sages. So which are the 6 books written in India by various sages? Let us understand those. So Konada, he was the one of the sage written Vaishashika. Gautama, he was written the Nyaya book, and Kapila, he was written Samyaka Upanishad book, and Patanjali written the Yoga book, and Jaimini, he written the Pura book, and Vedavyasa Maharshi, he written the Mimamsa and Vedanta books. So these are the some books written by Upanishadic books written by the great sages of the 6th century to 7th century. Another one greatest person, he was written the Sanskrit grammar book. His name called Panani. So he was the great grammarian of Sanskrit language, and he was an ancient Sanskrit philologist and grammarian and revered scholar in ancient India, and he has been considered the first descriptive linguistic and even labeled as the father of linguistics. So let us begin the understanding his achievement. So Panani, who prepared a grammar for the Sanskrit language, and he arranged all vowels and consonants in a special order. Then he used these to create formula like those found in algebra. So you are learning the algebra, that is one of the subject in maths. So the algebraic learning method is with formula. So like that the Sanskrit grammar, he arranged the vowels and consonant in the form of formulas, so that to understand the Sanskrit grammar. So he used these to write down the rules of the language in short formula, around 3000 to 4000. So he was written 3,000 to 4,000 small formulas regarding the Sanskrit language. So this is the life achievement of the Panini. He was in the 7th century and he was a Upanishadic thinker as well as the grammarian, great grammarian of the 7th century. And let us restart the recapitulation. So Upanishads means sitting near and near the guru, and thinkers searched for answers to difficult questions such as life after death, relevance of sacrifices. An idea of Atman means individual soul, Brahman means universal soul, both came into light. And most Upanishadic thinkers were men and kings. Mention of women thinkers such as Gargi, and poor rarely took part in discussions, exception Satyakama and Jabali. So next week, upcoming class, we will cover the Jainism discussion. Till then, bye bye. Have a nice day.